Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Near Disney. It's the Wednesday show where us panel of local real estate experts here in Central Florida get together and have a chat about what's going on with the market and public interest stories, things happening around that 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle to keep you all in the know. And of course, you're free to jump into the comment section in the chat to talk to us or ask us any questions as well. But before we dive into that, let's cue up our theme song. Well, I don't know why we didn't have the visual on that, but we did get the catchy jingle that was heard, and that's, I guess, that's what really matters. But anyway, we'll take this moment to
It's
introduce
all good.
ourselves on the panel,
Yes.
and of course, you can introduce yourself in the comments or the chat as well. I'm Elijah Lewis with
Mhm.
Florida in Motion Realty, and here on Near Disney, they call me the Prince of Real Estate. And I'll throw it over to the sort of Brady Bunch square beside me.
Yep. Hey everyone, I'm Virginia Carlson, also with Florida in Motion Realty, and I am known as Cinderella on the Dream Team, and we're happy you're joining us tonight.
Perfect. And then down below,
Hi, I'm Sue Koptia, also with our dream team at Florida Motion Realty. We thank you for joining us. And I am known as Aurora on the dream team.
that's right, our Sleeping Beauty. So, with all of that introduced, I just thought we'd throw ourselves into topical subjects of now that Halloween passed. You know how it goes. It just everything skips.
Mhm.
Sorry. Everything just skips Thanksgiving and goes straight to Christmas as far as commercial and and everything is concerned, and the decorations. It's amazing. Like the street actually on this street where the studio is already has half the people with their Christmas stuff coming up. So it's fun. It's in Celebration,
Yeah.
Florida. People really embrace the holiday spirit. It's one of the cool
Oh gosh,
things
yeah.
about the town. They even have like
Mhm.
contests and all that good stuff. Like I was just shopping at the mall the other day, and oh yeah, the department stores were just Christmas already, and
It's
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 nice stuff.
everywhere. The grocery
It's
Right.
store, the parking lots, everything's like decorated. Yeah.
keeps
Yep.
you in good cheer. If you got a favorite Christmas
Yeah.
song, let us know in the chat as well. That's already an earworm for you. But we do want to keep you posted on the stuff that these events also start early, not just the radio playing the music. So tell us a
Mhm.
little bit about what's going on at Disney Springs.
Well, in Disney Springs, they have what they call the Christmas tree stroll. Sorry, I kept saying scroll. Christmas tree stroll. And it is for families, couples,
Mhm.
kids, grandparents. It's for anyone who wants to just really get into that holiday spirit. I mean, there isn't much more that can bring you into the holiday spirit than a Christmas tree. I don't know, with me, especially if it's decorated, the way that Disney does it with all the lights and the ornaments, and just makes everything really festive. So,
Mhm.
what's going on is at Disney Springs, the dates for this event, where it's called "Experience the Magic of Christmas Strolling Through the Trees." November 14th. So it's not quite started yet, but it will go all the way through to the end of December. And Disney Springs, the hours are normally 10 to 11. Some of the locations, some of the businesses inside there, fluctuate a little bit with that. But it is, like I said, for families, couples, Disney fans, and solo travelers. You don't have to have somebody with you necessarily, just to really enjoy what they have done as far as just turn Disney Springs into a Christmas magical land. And
Mhm.
there is a map that guides you through the trees, tells you about how what the story is about each tree, why it was decorated the way it was, and you get when you complete the map, you get a keepsake pin, something just to have for memory, and maybe want to go back again next year. So
That's
I
all.
know we're going to take in some family there while they're here during the holidays. So, and it's budget friendly. You don't have to spend anything if you don't want to. If you want to get a snack, or you already plan to have dinner, or you're doing some,
Right.
some Disney Christmas shopping, this is a great place to stroll through and see all of the normal things that Disney has going on with entertainment and music, but then you add the Christmas theme on top of it with all the trees. And, it's, if it was last night, tonight, you'd have to wear a parka.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today were
was cold.
unaccountably cold. I will say, but then like tomorrow the forecast is already heat. But like it
Yes.
was funny what they say. Like on a day like this in
Yeah.
Florida, it's like you get winter in the morning, spring in
Mhm.
the early afternoon, summer in the mid afternoon, fall in the evening. Like, so it's just,
That's really
you get
true.
all
Yeah.
the seasons in one day. And that's it. But yeah,
all in one day. Yeah.
Yes.
unsung the benefit of Disney Springs. It's a real Disney amenity that you can visit, and it's
Mhm.
free to get in, free to park.
Free to
I mean,
park,
you
yes.
show if you want to just sightsee and window shop, it is just a cool place to walk around and then even do something Christmassy like this. Because even like with Universal Studios, it's like besides just the theme parks, even if you want to get into like Universal City Walk, you kind of will have to pay to park and still go through kind of a much more arduous way of getting up into that spot. But Disney Springs is pretty easy peasy. You just drive in and you're just already there before you partake of any of the things that cost money. So that's a great thing to bring up, Sue. And another Christmas themed thing that I will call attention to as well is the Festival of Trees season of celebration from November 15th to 23rd this week. Basically, Festival of Trees, Let the Joy of the Season Shine. This is returning to the Orlando Museum of Art. And basically, for nearly 4 decades, the Council of 101's Festival of Trees has marked the start of the holiday season in Orlando. And basically, this is the 39th annual celebration, themed season of celebration. Guests are surrounded by dazzling displays, including more than 50 designer decorated trees with festive wreaths, gingerbread creations. Go crazy with that. Amazing what they can make out of cookies. Holiday vignettes, table displays. So that's a really cool thing. Of course, Santa Claus Lane live entertainment scheduled differs day to day. And Santa Claus himself will be on hand for photos and meet and greets 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So this is omart.com, omart.org for, but basically, so OMART, that stands for Orlando Museum of Art. If you if you Google search that, you'll get more of these to zone in on what these special events are, which days, what times, so that you can check out the tickets on sale. Reindeer Romp, Holiday Workshop, Ugly Holiday Sweater Party. Oh, that sounds like something Sue would want to get in on. And of course, the
Hey,
Sip and Slay
well, those are
Cocktail
fun.
Party, maybe more. I'm sorry.
Sounds like fun.
Do you
And the
know,
tickets.
seriously, on that, I have probably one of the ugliest sweaters I've ever owned that is a Christmas sweater, and I have had it now for
Yeah.
33 years.
Okay, so these
Wow.
start from like 14.50. So there's different pricings for all the different events that they are hosting. So you can check on that when you click that link. So that's fun. That's cool. So you got to wear that on stream, be bold one of these days.
I might have to do that. I got to wait till after Thanksgiving, though. I can't do the Christmas
Obviously.
clothes.
Seriously, you need to wear it.
Well, I will,
I know.
but I can't do it before
I know,
Thanksgiving.
I know.
It's just,
too.
it's
Rep
wrong.
the sweater.
Just wrong.
Well, it's okay. Well, so please subscribe so that you won't
Well, we
miss the
can-
notification for
Yes.
when we do eventually go live next one.
Have an
Don't forget about us a whole month from now, or
sweater
half a
day
month from
on
now. And so yeah,
show.
please
We can all
subscribe.
wear
We'll
one.
continue to do this. Well, yeah, we'll all wear something festive and not cool, but
That's
still.
a great idea.
So also, we'll lean into one of the meat events here. One of the big story of the week was this whole hullabaloo talk about proposing a 50-year mortgage. That is what the current administration was floating as a way to combat the soaring costs of housing in this country right now. A 5-decade payment plan versus this 3-decade payment plan that they're saying was attributing to Roosevelt way like almost 100 years ago, and basically encourages young people to buy real estate, because we just covered a topic, I think it was last week, saying that like the average age of the first time homeowner became 40, jumped up from 38 years old. So now it's like the average person now in America is 40 when they buy and own their first house. And so that is obviously not the healthiest sign of our economy. And so one thing that they're floating is this idea of a 50-year mortgage plan. LinkedIn.com, weighed in on this by putting out an article asking, could it really help solve America's housing affordability crisis? Basically, since so many would-be buyers are priced out of the market, a 50-year mortgage plan would help more buyers qualify for a loan and reduce monthly payments more than the 30-year term, basically, which would mean more in overall interest payments, and making it probably building equity on the slower pace. And there's a consensus there, like here this person from Bloomberg's opinion article saying that the right and the left have been kind of coming together on both sides, poo-pooing this idea of the 50-year mortgage, but some are saying it's not a terrible idea, or at least no worse than 30, because like part of the thing people are laughing at is like, okay, 30, 50 might as well be 200 years, like like how long are people really living in these homes?
Right.
But most people don't pay off their mortgage at maturity anyway, and policy markers are desperate to bring down the rates somehow. We were talking about, the Fed was bringing it down a quarter point last time. They might bring it down a quarter point again at the next meeting or so. We'll definitely keep you posted on how that goes. But maybe that's not enough for some people to ease the pain. We get that. I even talked to a friend of the channel. We had her on this stream interviewed before Sold Nicoletti with the mortgage firm, kind of got like one of our own Orlando lenders input on this. She was kind of saying a similar thing, that basically it has its ups and downs, this 50-year mortgage thing. The downside is that taking time to build equity, since most of the payments for a long time are going straight toward interest, not the balance. But on the positive side, it could make owning a home more affordable for people who otherwise can't buy. And even if they're not building equity so fast, they'd still be gaining stability and the community and the other, benefits of being a homeowner besides just building equity.
Right.
So it's just something to factor in there.
Yeah, tax benefits, homestead exemption. There's quite a few things that benefit the homeowner, whether they're, in a 10, 15, or 50-year mortgage.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. That factors in as well. And then it's like that the equity that could come from just what the difference in what you paid off versus what you're selling it for. But then it's just like sometimes the market does interesting things. Like if you bought a home in 2019 and then you went to sell it in 2021, like suddenly your home price like 30% or 100% doubled, and then there was all that equity, and that wouldn't even matter so much necessarily what that rate was. But that's sometimes those are just kind of rare occurrences that happen once in a blue moon in the market. You really can't count on that, but it can happen. With that's why we always say time in the market's better than timing the market. But yeah, even like according to this here, it kind of apples and oranges, where it's like less than 15 years is the average time homeowners live in their home. 47% of homeowners reside in a house for 6 to 10 years, 35% 10 to 15. So basically, most people are staying in for shorter periods than the typical 30-year mortgage term that most people take. So just food for thought there. But speaking of home trends, and what people in the current market and younger buyers are attracted to. You found an interesting article, Virginia.
Yeah. So when you do find the home, whether it be a 30-year or a 50-year mortgage, we can talk about the trends that are happening. And so it's the end of the year, so a lot of a lot of reports are coming out about what was 2025 like, what were the takeaways from the year, and what Realtor.com recently put out a report about the newest trends that were hot in 2025, and they are, like the title of the article suggests, it's eco-friendly and tech smart homes. They really did lead the trend for this year. And the report found that efficiency, sustainability, and nature-inspired designs are on the rise for homes.
Okay.
The specific trends, yeah, I thought that was interesting too. We'll get into that. The specific trends topping the list are water sense fixtures, which are water fixtures, excuse me, that you can put in your home that reduce your water usage by 20%. And then the next thing on the list that was top was net zero ready homes. And I wanted to kind of tell everybody what a net zero ready home is if you're not familiar with it. It's like a highly energy efficient house, and it was designed to build. It was designed and built to meet certain criteria, so it can be easily outfitted with a renewable energy system to offset all or most of its energy consumption in the future. And some benefits of these homes are that they have lower energy bills, enhanced comfort, increased durability, and then, of course, an environmental impact that is, it reduces greenhouse emissions. So, an important thing that when people are interested in doing with their homes. Then the next one, of course, are the EV chargers. We're seeing those a lot where people just put them in their garage because it just makes life so much easier if you are going to have the electric cars. And these trends reflect consumer interest in lowering utility cost and honestly just prepping for an all-electric future. So that's really where the trends are going. Then second on the list, kind of coming down, was the nature-inspired designs. It's kind of like bringing nature indoors and having, just like expansive glass doors and interior courtyards, those kind of things that make you feel like you're, living in nature, but you're in your house. So apparently that's a really big trend for 2025. And then, of course, like I said, the smarter, more connected homes. We've seen this a lot. I know that we all talk about the new construction in the area, and guys, we go and we see these homes, and most of the new construction, I'd say like 99% of it is all like smart homes. They're just like putting this stuff in automatically because that's the trend. That's where people want it to be. So we definitely see that. If you scroll down, this is actually interesting. Fastest growing trends for features in your home. And you can kind of like go through the list here, and they even have things crazy like a pickleball court is on the list.
Number 28.
Down, but it's on the list of like trendy things to put in your house or your yard, or so, it's like, so this is kind of interesting to see like what people are actually really.
I'm surprised that's more than a
some of the new
backlit
things.
Yeah, or the custom built-ins. Yeah, that's
I know.
Sleep on pickleball. I
know. I want a pickleball court more than I want built-ins, but you never know. It's crazy.
Oh,
and
my
then
goodness.
there are definitely some familiar favorites like a built-in coffee, station or something like that in the kitchen.
Oh, I just saw one of those in a brand new home that's being built. It is so cool. We thought it was the microwave.
Yeah.
And it's not. Oh my gosh, it is so cool looking. Anyway,
Right.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. Yeah, we're just seeing all this cool stuff that are it's high on the trend list, and just people are hearing about it and thinking the same thing, like, oh, that's really convenient. That's really cool. So there's just a lot of neat stuff that can be put in the house. And then in contrast, the stuff that's kind of fading away that we see are like big, huge formal dining rooms aren't really on trend, or maybe infinity edge pools they're having down on here. That some of the things that just kind of like lose their kind of coolness. So it's always new stuff coming in. But I just thought it was really interesting to look at what people actually like really want in a home these days. And if you're going to buy a new construction, like I think people definitely want to find the homes that are the smart homes.
Sure.
And
I
have
mean,
all
when
those
we did
bells
our
and whistles.
when we did our Sunbridge video that was showcasing new
I thought
construction
of
for that
Sunbridge.
area, those homes were
Yep.
being built to be ready to have solar panels like installed into them, and they were built with EV chargers already in the garage. There were just already so many eco-friendly things, just that it became a new standard of new construction. They just assume that the future homeowner generations are going to just demand that, and they're building the houses to be ready for them. So that's great.
Yeah, and it's true because they were ready, because we did that Sunbridge video like 3 years ago.
A while
It
ago.
was a
Yeah,
while
you
ago,
did.
and so if
Tell me
it's the
that.
trend now, it's like they were ahead of. Yeah,
Time
I
just
mean,
flies.
so anyway,
We got to get back out there again.
Well, the other
yeah,
thing
exactly.
when you were talking about bringing nature indoors, I've seen this in quite a few places. My youngest daughter has actually done it. One of the walls in the family room has plants growing on it, and she's got
yeah.
a bunch of plants
Cool.
that grow in water. So there's
Does it
no
start
soil.
singing
So there's
"Feed Me"?
no, nothing that big. But that's just another way, especially where they live. They're in the Northwest. You know, they lose a lot of their outdoor color and everything during the wintertime because nothing can survive. But you bring it inside,
Right.
and it does make a big difference. Greenery is so good for your health and the air you're breathing, just everything. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I read about like those plants that are like improve the oxygen and like the airflow, air quality in your home, and so yeah, people definitely want to bring that nature in to just enhance their living space.
It's real. It's real. The plants help you breathe. That's just science.
They do. It's true. Don't cut down the trees.
The Lorax, we covered that as well. The Lorax was one of the top Halloween costumes this year, and the message resonates strongly with the young folks still.
What was the most what was the best holiday?
Well, one of the most popular Halloween costumes was the Lorax, the Dr. Seuss environmentalist character. The most popular was all the characters from that K-pop Demon Hunters movie. That was the biggest meme of
really?
2025. Yeah, apparently every one of those characters was all the top slots. And then one more article just to close things out. Just a reminder that, being a homeowner has its benefits in the long term over being, a long-term renter according to data. Basically, the gap between renting and owning is bigger than people realize. Extra wealth comes from building equity, locking in predictable housing costs, and investing in your future. And then basically it says the average homeowner is 43 times wealthier than the average renter. So that is a heck of a statistics being reported by Listing Reports Inc. here. And so that's why we want to get busy to, talk to you about your own home ownership goals and the feasibility, connect you with the lenders and the all of the contacts that we have in our Rolodex that we can consult with you to make that happen. Just enjoyed a great listing appointment this week. So other than that, I think that's most of what we wanted to cover for this show.
Nope. I still want to talk to them about if they have to have their home on the market during the holidays.
You're right. So I've got one
That's
more
okay.
holiday themed article here. And that's so yes, as we come in, sometimes we would tell you about the advising you on how hard you should go in on Halloween while you have your home listed. And Sue's going to tell us
Not so
about
much.
maybe Christmas can have its own category for putting on the market.
Well, one thing, if you need to sell your home or your home has been on the market for a little while, it's not necessarily a bad idea to not list it or to pull it off the market for the holidays. I actually had a client in Pennsylvania that did exactly that. I advised them to go ahead and try to put it on the market in October, see what happens. You can always test the market. And they ended up selling their home and being in celebration before the day that they were planning to put their home on the market in Pennsylvania. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
they were
Oh,
going to put
wow.
their house, yeah, they were going to put their house on the market right the week after Super Bowl, and they actually were in their new home before Super Bowl. So
Wow.
anyway,
Wow.
so it can be actually can be pretty good timing, because there's a hidden advantage when you're selling during the holidays. There's less competition, and buyers tend to be more serious, because if they're looking to buy a home during the holidays, they're probably serious. And you never can
Yeah.
discount people having to relocate for work, or people getting married and needing to buy a place, or people needing to sell their home where they are at and buy something where maybe they have to move to Florida here to take care of an aging parent. There's just, or somebody needs medical treatment that is, better offered here. We have great doctors here, by the way, in Central Florida. So here's just some of the highlights on this. You just, like we talked about with the Halloween decorations, just keep the decor subtle, neutral, cozy, a soft throw blanket, maybe some twinkle lights, not the full Griswold, experience. We don't need that. If you're 55 or older
No.
and you're selling your home, just reflect the holiday with ease. Put the golf cart out front. Make sure that they see the clubhouse, which I'm sure is going to be sparkling and lit up with lights. There's a lot of outdoor entertaining. Let's see, there was a couple of let people know that your home is ready for snowbirds. It's, if you have furniture that you're willing to sell, or all of the furniture you're willing to sell with the house. Sometimes people just want a snowbird home, and they don't necessarily want to spend the time trying to furnish it. And again, if they're needing to relocate, that's a big plus. You can always offer things like credits to the buyer for something that they came across and said, well, we don't like this about the house, and this is going to be a little bit of expense that we don't want to have to incur. Be flexible, talk to your agent, hopefully one of us, and get some ideas about how you can bring people into not just see your home, but to be serious about it and make you an offer. Make sure your curb appeal is good, but make sure the walkways are clear, especially with these days, as it's getting darker earlier. It's really good if you have a fireplace, turn it on. If it's no big, it's not overkill to bake cookies or have cinnamon simmering somewhere, or they've got so many plug-in things now that have some great holiday fragrances. Play a little music in the background, have that going on. And see, there was one more that I wanted to say. Oh yes, the very last thing on this list. People buy on emotion during the holidays. And so use language and imagery that evoke comfort, family, new beginnings, not just your upgrades and your square footage. And, things like, wow, you could host next year's Thanksgiving on your own Florida retreat, or wake up to the lake views instead of snowbanks. There's just a lot of things that you can
like that.
market your home with.
I
Yeah.
like that.
So it was fun. If you have any questions about that or anything else that you've seen on the show, put it in the chat, or better yet, give us a call on our numbers here. Elijah, maybe you should start reading your number off, since you're the host, for the
Sure.
people
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Sure. Yes, definitely can advertise building sandcastles better than building snowmen, right?
They
That's
last
Yeah.
longer.
but yeah, Elijah Lewis here, of course, 407-922-0587 for anyone listening.
And I'm Virginia Carlson, 407-487-9960.
And again, I'm Sue Koptia, 407-334-7770.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for getting together as a panel. Of course, if anyone has any questions for us, and you missed the live portion, that's what our numbers are here, of course, for, to join in. The comment section goes on forever when we let ourselves be available to you all the time. Just that's how we roll here. We just want to want to get you taken care of and get the home that's that glass slipper fit on near Disney. So with that, I think we'll throw it over to Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother of real estate, to sign us off, and we'll catch you on the next show. Appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe so we can continue to bring you the good content.
Yay.
Take care, everyone.
Good night.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.